I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with a 3-minute cattle market update for Friday, October the 28th, brought to you in part by the International Brangus Breeders Association. Would you like more pounds of cattle at marketing time? Brangus influenced cattle have proven to offer more pounds at weaning without compromising udder quality in your replacement females. International Brangus Breeders Association encourages you to go Brangus. For more information or to find a breeder near you, visit gobrangus.com. Everything seems to be looking up, and it's amazing, especially on these feeder cattle, how everybody wants them now, where just a couple of weeks ago nobody wanted them. And about the same thing on your fat cattle too. And really, if you look at the whole surface of things, really hadn't changed that much in the last couple of weeks. But we're on the upswing now, and we're going to enjoy it as long as we can. Look at your board, your live cattle futures for December. Wednesday was up 50 cents and Thursday up 75. 10 today on Thursday with December at 105.15. The October spot markets at 104.12. Feeder cattle in November, Wednesday was up $1.27. Thursday down a nickel. To end the day on Thursday at 123.87. The October spot feeders at 121.90. And I don't think you should get discouraged because the board hadn't kept going up big every day. It's when it moderates out there and staves off a little pressure and doesn't close a whole lot lower, even if it is a pinch lower, that's strength right there, and that's a good market, and we want to enjoy that. Whenever it's all topsy-turvy and going up and down like a yo-yo, nobody has any confidence in it at all. But the market's showing a lot of signs of strength right now. Your fat cattle market too come out on Wednesday, and remember we talked that late week trade was a whole lot better than that early to midweek trade we had a week ago. But come out on, so we had 102 late the end of the week there. The bulk of it was maybe not that high, but as high as 102. Well, come out this week on Wednesday there, trading some cattle from 103 up to 105. And what was interesting in the Texas Panhandle there, 104 1/4. When you see 104 1/4, it means they're getting down to splitting hairs. They're really haggling over these cattle. And when you see that really haggling and going in quarter or 50-cent increments in the direct trade, especially in the southern plains, you know they're working hard to trade these cattle. And when you see that at the middle of the week instead of the tail end of the week, then you know the packers are wanting them. And they're sure wanting them, and that weighted average is going to be way up right in close to 104 and selling really well. Not hardly any dress cattle traded at all. Had 2 loads of cattle in Northern Plains sell at 160. It's going to take more than that to buy most of these cattle, and it's going to take probably at least 105 to buy any more of these cattle on a live basis too, but not really any trade to speak of on Thursday. We'll see what happens on Friday there. Your actual weights continue to increase, and that's not really a good sign, because it shows that we're still making these cattle big, and we haven't started decreasing the number of our market-ready cattle yet. But actual weights for the week ending October the 15th were up another 4 pounds at 915 pounds on your steer, dress steer. But slaughter this week is going real well. Through Thursday, 456,000, which is 1,000 more than last week and 15,000 more than the same week a year ago. Look at your cash feeder markets. El Reno, Oklahoma had 6,700. The feeders were called $7 to $10 higher, and the calves 5 to 7 higher. Look at your cattle market central market report out of El Reno. This is all automated, and that entire head count, even though they had a few more cattle in that, that entire head count is in that market report. And you'll see a good test there on most all classes there, and you can see how much higher that market is. And it goes right along with what the government market report called it. But quality was plain there. They did quote there in El Reno, and that's just going to say you're getting a lot of cattle coming in there from other regions, primarily further south and back east, because there's just not a lot of cattle moving right there locally, or they would have a better quality. But you know, they're needing to get some of these cattle moved. We haven't had a lot of cattle coming up from Texas or from the southeast yet, and they've got to go somewhere. Look at some more market reports on Cattle Market Central. Dodge City, winter livestock there, $8 to $12 higher, especially on those big yearlings. You look there, you look at another market report out of Pratt on Thursday, 3 to 6 higher there. But that doesn't mean it wasn't as good as Dodge City was on Wednesday. It's just a Thursday market, and if you remember a week ago, our Thursday and Friday markets started to turn around, where our Wednesday markets were real depressed. So Dodge City needed to be 8 to 12 higher to be the same as Pratt was, $3 to $6 higher, just because of the difference in the days. But both of them showing 8-weight steers bringing 128, 129 and change on the average. So that's a whole lot better than what we'd seen just not too long ago. But that's 3 minutes, and we'll talk to you next week.